Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rap Album of the Year video. It's finally here. I wanted to do it earlier, but what's a better day to drop it on than on Christmas Eve, the day before the New Year? Um, oh man, a lot of good albums came out this year. Obviously, I only have four. Now, there are a good bit, rap albums that I just didn't listen to this year or didn't get to, because, I'm not, familiar with, every single artist out there. But once I'm down to decide the last album, I'm gonna give some other good albums that I really enjoyed from this year. That I didn't make it on the list. Um, yeah, we're finally here. Like I said, I meant this about a month ago. I want to get early December, but whatever. We're here. It's still 2018. I just wanna I have my four picks right here for the albums I thoroughly enjoyed the most. I want to have it down to four. I don't want to have it too long of a video, but we're here to decide. Now, we have a lot of tough decisions here. Not necessarily a lot, but okay. So I want to get out of the way. I'm not gonna be really good at kind of reviewing and going in depth on the albums because I really haven't reviewed yet. I only album review I attempt to do is a Ye review. Ye by Kanye. I still haven't gotten to that. I might do it at some point just because I meant to do it literally months ago, but yeah, I'm not really good at reviewing. It's kind of my first time kind of trying to dissect or go into an album, so give me a break, I guess, if I don't do good at it, or if a lot of things go over my head or I skip over things. I'm still gonna use this, but I'm gonna try to explain why I like what more to the best of my ability and kind of what each album represents, all that stuff. I'm gonna do my best here. So our four contenders, all right. On the left, now it's already semifinals because it's only four albums. So on the left we have Daytona by Pusha T, Kids See Ghost by Kids See Ghost, which is Kanye West and Kid Cudi, Kamikaze by Eminem, and Book of Ryan by Royce da 5'9". Now I'm gonna go explain kind of the backstory of each of these albums in a second. So yes. So at first, Daytona, Kids See Ghost are both 7-song albums, and Book of Ryan and Kamikaze, they're more fuller albums. So that's why I think it's fair to compare those first. But in the finals, a 7-song album is gonna have to go against a more full length LP. So let's start with I'm gonna go in order of which they came out. Which goes Book of Ryan, Daytona, Kids See Ghost, and Kamikaze. Alright, so Book of Ryan. Royce da 5'9", Detroit hip hop artist, he's from Bad Meets Evil. He's been at his career for a long time, since the later 90s. I haven't listened to I'm gonna be honest, this is my first full project I've listened to by him. And out of all these albums, this is the only album I did not listen to on release day because it came out May 4th, and I don't know, I just didn't get to it. I listened. I remember when it came out, I listened to the first 2 or 3 tracks. I didn't not like it. I just kind of I just got sidetracked and kind of forgot about it for a while. But a few months ago, I went back to it because I was like, hey, I forgot that I started this album, and I listened to it and I loved it, and obviously that's why I made a contender here. It's it's kind of late. It's kind of semi later edition. I did listen to before Kamikaze, but I'll get to the date on that earlier. So yes, Book of Ryan. I'm just gonna give just a brief backstory and kind of how I got into it. And, if I obviously I love all these albums that are here, but I'll explain, the in-depth albums once I actually, get to comparing each one. So then Daytona by Pusha T came out. Now Pusha T, he's from Virginia. You know him. He's collabed a lot with Kanye. Being on the Good Music label. And if you know anything about Pusha T, he used to be a drug dealer. That's kind of what he likes to go on about in a lot of his albums. Probably sorry, this is bugging me. The Book of Ryan thing is a little small. Sorry. Um, but yeah, released on May 25th. It was the first of 5 of the Kanye West like produced albums. So obviously, if you don't know, Kanye, he did a thing where every Friday for 5 Fridays in a row he would release an album that he produced. It started with Daytona, then Yay, Kanye's old album, Kids See Ghosts, and Tiana Taylor. Okay, no, it was Nas with Nasir, then Tiana Taylor's Keep the Same Energy. I believe it was in that order. I know the first two were definitely right. I'm not sure about Nas and Tiana, but I'm pretty sure those are right. So Daytona was the first one to come out of the series. Kanye he produced every single one of those albums. Including the two on the left, and Daytona, obviously really good. I don't know what else to say besides that. It's definitely a great album. I'll get more in depth than that. Kids See Ghosts. Kanye West and Kid Cudi. They have been collaborating all the way since 2008 when Kanye made his 808s and Heartbreaks album that featured him, and he's been on every single Kanye album since then. Beetle Dark Twisted Fantasy, Watch the Throne, Cruel Summer, Yeezus, Life of Pablo, and Ye, and now they have their own collaboration album. Obviously, they're only 7 songs, which kind of look. Just saying, the 7 songs like that does not bring it down at all. It's still a phenomenal album, which I'll get into later. Sorry, I keep saying that, but I will get into that. And it's a long-awaited album that is amazing and met expectations definitely. And then the last album to release this year that made onto the list was Kamikaze by Eminem. Now we all know that last year he dropped Revival. A lot of people didn't like it. Now personally, I loved the album. I thought Revival was great. But this is pretty much a response album with he took more risk with this. He got the rap features on, a couple of more poppy features, but it's not like the Pink level of pop. It's features Jessie Reyes. I don't know if I consider her pop necessarily. I mean, some have elements definitely. I don't know how to describe her music, but it's not like Revival pop features, which I didn't mind, by the way. Not that much anyway. But yeah, actually, I have a funny story about Kamikaze, but I'll get to that once I start comparing them. So we're gonna start right here on the left, Daytona and Kids See Ghosts. All right, let's start with Daytona. 7 tracks. If you know, you know. Games We Play, Hard Piano with Rick Ross, Comeback Baby, Santeria, What Would Meek Do with Kanye, and then Infrared. So going off the beginner track, if you know, you know. Obviously the whole thing has beautiful production, but has a great intro. He rhymes with the word boy a lot, which is it's funny. I like the beginning. And then when the beat drops, after he does all the boy rhymes, it's just ooh. And the rest of the song, just beautiful production. I love the lyrics. Obviously he references the whole a lot of his drug dealing past and all that stuff. Games We Play, it's kind of similar. It's just, like I said, I'm not really that good at my dissecting songs, but Games We Play, I love the song. That's probably my most favorite the best production. The track with the best production, in my opinion. Has a really nice chorus. So I love all the lyrics, and the production is definitely the highlight. Heart Piano, which is Rick Ross. I don't know how to describe the song. This is one of my least played on Daytona. Obviously, 7 songs. But out of the 7, I probably played that one the least. I don't remember what it's about, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know. Rick Ross has an okay verse. They've been on songs together before, Pusha and Ross, and they go well together. It's an okay song. The chorus that's yikes. The chorus is kind of a yikes. I'm not a big fan of that. Comeback Baby, that song is really nice. I love the chorus on that one. Like the beat, the verse where he comes back, where he starts off with the line fresh off the boat. I don't know, I really like that verse. That one sounded nice. Hope I'm thinking of the right song and not Santeria. But that song's really good. You know, I kind of good with the production, especially on that one too. Um, Santeria. This is probably like my second favorite song or third. My favorite. I'll get to my favorites in like a second. My least favorites. That song is really nice. Like I said, one of the better choruses on the album. Like the final verse, like he goes in hard. You can just hear like the aggression in his voice. Just goes really well, like over the beat. Love it a lot. Next track, What Would Meek Do with Kanye. I really like this song. I love the Kanye feature because he has the poop and the whoop and the scoop. Now after the title is talking about Meek Mill. What would Meek do? Because there's a line reference where he talks about like popping a wheelie, which is what got Meek Mill like in like prison for like a thing because he was like breaking like his like probation or something like that. So that is a good song. I enjoy that one for sure. Um, I don't know what to say about it. Like, it's just like the same things. You're like, oh, like nice production, nice lyrics. I love it. I just there's no other way for me to really say it because I'm not good at describing music. But I think Kanye has a kind of better verse. That's not my bias. Like, that kind of is like kind of one of like my favorite artists. I don't know. I just really like the way he ends his verse too. The like how do you respond? I don't know. Nice beat. The final track, Infrared. This one, it's good. It has it kind of set off a really good beef with him and Drake. Where Drake responded to Infrared with the Duppy freestyle, and the Pusha responded with Story of Adidon. Probably the best diss track from this year. Gotta say Kill Shot's probably like second. Kill Shot's good, but not as good as it's not as like personal as deep as Story of Adidon. Yeah, but Infrared, it's kind of Pusha re-pushing his beef with Drake. He's saying how like, oh yeah, how can you ever write these songs when you don't even write your songs. He has the one funny line where it's like, it was written like Nas, but a key from Quentin, because it was written as like an album by Nas. I think it is a song. I'm pretty sure it's an album. It could be just a song, but I'm fairly confident it's an album. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. I don't want to mess up. But yeah, it's just pretty much being like, yeah, like you don't write your songs, which honestly, I'm gonna get a little sidetracked. I don't know how I feel about that, because I believe he may have had ghostwritten, had ghostwriters in the past. I think he writes the majority of his songs. I'll give Drake the benefit of the doubt here. While he's not, I like some of his music. I don't really like him as a person. A lot of kind of shady things he's done before. I'll it's whatever. But it's just what happened after Infrared that really just kind of made Pusha win that beef for sure. Because Drake didn't respond after Story of Adidon. He claimed that he had a career-ending diss track, but I'm not entirely sure if I believe. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, that was a great beef, and it was a really good way to end the album. There wasn't a better track to end it with. It was just kind of ominous and kind of like, like, what are you gonna do now? I don't know. Great way. Daytona, great song or great album, and I really hope Pusha drops a more full-length album in 2019 because I would love that. Pusha T is a great artist. Love him a lot. Really hope he puts out another full-length project 2019. More than 7 songs. But hey, that's whatever. Great album. Now, competing against that is Kids See Ghosts. Now, this one's really tough. Like I said, Kids See Ghosts, it's a, Kanye West, Kid Cudi finally got together to make this legendary album, right? And, it's whew, amazing. Okay, I'll start with the first track, Feel the Love, with Pusha T featuring. Pusha has a good verse in the beginning where I'm not gonna get much in the lyrics, but he kind of references part of the Drake thing because he talked about the details is ironed out because I don't want to get into the whole beef, but he people didn't really know at the time, but he was kind of poking more at Drake in that verse. Good intro verse. And then after, as he ends his verse, Kanye comes in with his very energetic and loud gunshot noises that just make the perfect intro track of this album. Like it's like just like full of just energy, and like the production's nice. There's like Kid Cudi singing the "I Can Still Feel the Love." It just blends together so well. Yeah, but like besides like the I don't know if I want to call it a chorus really, but just like just Cudi singing the "I Can Still Feel the Love," and the intro verse from Pusha. That's there's no actual words from Kanye on this on the intro track. It's just him making gunshot noises, but it sounds nice. Like I love it, and I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that the gunshot noises were supposed to represent kind of Kanye and Cudi's relationship, because they've had some issues in the past, and their relationship hasn't always been perfect. So I kind of represented that in how they're now together, they're making a collab album. It's great. So that kind of goes into the next track, Fire. Possibly one of my favorites. I mean, possibly like my favorite track on the album. I don't know. I actually have a list of my favorite tracks from each album. I'll go over Daytona and Kids See Ghosts after I finish talking about each track. Let's see. Yeah, like Fire. Very short verse from Kanye. I prefer Kanye's verse on this. Like it has like the whole like. I love his like intro line where it's like someone who's a pretty god, all this pain I couldn't seem to find a better way, where he's talking about like come so you can go to plate, watch let him hate this type of shit that they couldn't make. I don't know. I like the way he flows on that song. Really nice. It has a little nice guitar piece at the end, the last like 15 seconds. Then it goes in the fourth dimension, which is technically a Christmas song, because there's Louis Prima, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, where he's saying, "Oh, what is Santa bringing?" So Christmas song, although Christmas is over. That song is really good. I prefer Kanye in that song. The production is probably like my favorite out of any song in this album, production wise. I love the way Kanye comes in. He just like the way like his verse cuts off with the if I get locked up I won't finish this sent. Then just his verse ends. Then the transition into Cudi's verse. I love that one. Where it's like kids it ghosts off the road, Ric Flair and your beard. I kind of I don't know if he's saying like beard or it sounds like beard, but I'm pretty sure it's bitch. It's bitch. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point because this is my like first take, and I don't want to like mess it up. I'm like 18 minutes in, so I'm just gonna keep going no matter how much I mess up. To be honest, 'cause I'm not good at this. Then after that, it goes into Free Ghost Town Part 2, which is a continuation off Ghost Town off Yay by Kanye, one of my favorite songs by this year, by the way. It has Ty Dolla $ign. That one. I'm pretty sure the song got nominated for like like rock song of the year. I can't remember. I don't think it was like Grammys. It was some kind of. It might have been Grammys. If not, it was some kind of like smaller, like awards thing. But that one is good. Although compared to some of the others, I don't know. It's kind of outshined by a lot of other songs, in my opinion. But Ty Dolla $ign has good vocals. Cudi has really good singing. Kanye, he's good, but he doesn't compare to Cudi, in my opinion, at least. Singing wise on that track. Then it goes into Reborn, which is one of the most, probably the most well-known song off this album. That song, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. It has a short verse from Kanye. It's mostly Cudi kind of takes the shine on it, which is obviously not a problem at all. Song drags on for a little bit, in my opinion, but overall, I love it. Cudi has, very encouraging, beautiful words. The way, he sings, like the outro, it's great. I love that one. Like I said, like the most well-known song in this project, probably. And I don't blame it for being so. And then goes the Kids See Ghosts, the title track, with Yasin Bey. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, which is Mos Def. It's kind of his new rap name or alias. I don't know. I can't remember how recently Mos changed it to Yasin Bay. I know I'm pronouncing that terribly wrong. Sorry, but he's good on the song. I like, he does his part. I really like Kanye's verse on that song. He kind of goes off for like a minute. Um, Kanye, I'll try and I don't want to like compare them together because like they both put in excellent work equally in the project as a whole. But like on this track specifically, I can prefer Kanye a little more just because like his verse he goes on for like a bit. The whole like I'm gonna Bible my bed. Oh yes, I'm very Christian. I don't know. He has some pretty funny, nice songs in there. I really enjoyed him. The outro was cool with with Yasin. I just laugh every time I pronounce that. I'm sorry, because it's bad. Yeah, great check. Possibly my favorite. I can't remember what I put on my list. I have it right by me. I'll check it out after I finish talking about this. Then it goes in Cudi montage. That song, it's another one of the songs like by itself is really good, but compared to the other songs on that project, it's a little outshined. Um, I mean, there are some more kind of like serious issues kind of brought up in Kanye's verse. It's talking about like, like someone's, like no matter like situations like in problems, someone's gonna end up like going to jail or getting hurt or something like that. It's just kind of more real stuff, like kind of like more touching. Kanye has really good singing on this ring. Where he talks about the Lord shine your light on me, save me please. That's really nice. Combined with Cudi's vocals, beautiful, nice track to just kind of sit and relax to. I like that one by itself, but if I'm listening to it, alongside others, I'll just kind of I won't skip it obviously, but I'll just kind of won't be as happy if not go with words, but good song. All right. So now my favorites and least favorites for each project. Sound Daytona. My favorite. So since they're 7-song albums, I'm gonna keep it. My favorites and least favorites short. I am gonna have more favorites and least favorites for both Book of Ryan and Kamikaze, because they're longer. So Daytona. My two favorite tracks are The Games We Play and Santeria. Like I said, like both production and like the way Push goes in. Love it. Least favorite, Hard Piano with Rick Ross. Like I said, it's mainly the chorus for that one. Kids See Ghosts, two favorite tracks. Feel the Love. The opening. I think there's no better track on the album that could have had a better opening. And Fourth Dimension, production. Like I already said, crazy on that one. I love it. The way they both go in and like the transition like between their verses. So between these two, like I said, Daytona, it takes some more tone about his past, life of drug dealing, gives a lot more glamorous feel. It's a more street and luxurious kind of rich type rap album. A lot of people have been naming this their album of the years. Like appears like Complex, a bunch of other like hip hop type companies and websites. Really love this album. And not just like rap, like in general. Like I've seen this album like high ranked like a lot of places. And Kids See Ghosts, which focuses a lot with Kanye and Cudi's mental health, kind of where they are in life, at the point of making that album, and their relationship with each other. They both have different meanings. Both part of the Wyoming Project. Both all executive produced by Kanye himself. Out of these two, I think I'm gonna have to go with Kids See Ghost. All right, Kids See Ghost is advancing to the finals. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. Kids See Ghost is advancing to the final. I'm just gonna leave that one right there. I'm gonna put it off. So I'll leave it in the middle. I'll just leave it there. Sorry if that bothers you, but yes. Kids See Ghost are going to advance just because a lot of people waited along for this collab, project, and we finally got it. And at least personally for me, it met my expectations and exceeded them, and just blew them off the roof. Now, and we'll hopefully be getting a new, Kids See Ghost album in 2019. It's possible. Like I said, I love Daytona so much. This one, I thought I listened for a while. I'm gonna mess with it. Like beforehand. This one was really tough, but I'm gonna have to go to Kids See Ghosts. But Daytona, great album. I'll be listening to that too. Live 2019. All right, we're now going to the other semifinal match. Book of Ryan by Royce da 5'9" and Kamikaze by Eminem. We're gonna start with Book of Ryan. Now I'm not gonna go through every single track on this one. I'll go through more than just like my favorites and least favorites, but there's a lot more tracks on the album, and not a lot are kind of memorable to like like me like make notes of. Um, say like so this album. So I know like I kind of talked about like the meaning of both Daytona and Kitsy Ghost at like the end. I kind of mentioned that before, but once again I'm not good at this, and I repeat myself way too much. But I'm sorry, ignore me. Um, Book of Ryan. This is a lot about Royce's childhood and a lot of his past with both his brother, his dad, his whole family. It's kind of like how a lot of his childhood experiences have shaped him into who he is today, and kind of like I said, shows him who he is today, shows his morals, who he is, and how much like his dad and family, all these things he's learned mean to him. Now, the beginning. Sorry about that. So the beginning track, woke. I mean, there's like an intro where he's kind of being like, yeah, like hello, like this is the Book of Ryan. That's not at all how it went, but that's essentially what it's kind of like what an intro is. So woke. I like that one. It's only like a minute like 30. It's just kind of him. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, he mentioned about like his dad, or like already about some issues with his dad, how he said he used to beat on him for not being perfect. That was great. That transcended into like a skit. Then we went to Caterpillar with Eminem, which the video was released on the day of the album. I'm pretty sure that song is really good. Because whenever Royce and them are on a track together, Bad Meets Evil, that's their hip hop duo. They kind of reunited after like a while for this. Because Royce and them, they know they need to be on par with each other, because like they know how good each other are, so they really bring out a lot of their skills and when they're on the song together. And this track is really good. Royce has two really good verses. I also features King Green on the hook, which I really love that chorus, by the way. King Green does a really good hook. So Royce has a great two verses, and then M goes on for like, I don't know, like a minute 30, something like that. His verse is really good because it was his first verse since his Chloroseptic remix in January, which is Backlash, or his first verse, responding to the backlash of Revival. So, and he kind of addressed it a little bit, because he mentioned like the boom baps coming back with mumble rap, like with an axe, Mama Jack with the hacksaw, whatever. I guess I guess that semi references it, because he's just he's implying that like he's coming back, like the boom baps coming back, whatever. He has a really good verse. I don't want to say which one's better. Honestly, I think they're on par. I mean, like he goes kind of like in like a little bit harder, but I think Royce's two verses kind of like make up for it. If Royce had like just like the one verse, I think M would kind of outshine. But I mean, I'm sure like they kind of have like a friendly competition on this, just because like like I said, they know how good each other are and how their skills are pretty on par. Like when it comes to to like straight rapping skill. I'm trying to think of like some like specific Eminem lines in that. I mean, like there was like when he first goes in, he kind of like goes off kind of like without breathing for like a second. It's not like kind of like fast, like not nothing like rap got it fast, but he just kind of like just goes on. The part I'm talking about. Yeah, great song. I'm gonna skip ahead to Dumb with Boogie. Boogie is a recent artist too that's been signed to Shady Records. I haven't heard too much of him. I know he's supposed to have like an album coming soon. I know his song Self Destruction is like really good. I like that one. Him and Royce are good together. Boogie, he can sing okay. He has like the hook on this, or I don't know if it's a hook necessarily. It's more he has like a semi singing part on this, and I like it. Boogie has a good verse. Royce has a good verse. He's kind of talking about kind of like the industry, kind of like the Grammys type things. Like awards, how those things are like dumb and rigged. That's great. He has like a skit. Then he goes to Cocaine, which is about his dad. How he used to deal with cocaine, and how he kind of grew up around like cocaine, like like drugs and like all this bad stuff. And at the end, he mentioned how like his dad, like went to like to rehab at the end. Royce has good, beautiful singing on this. Like I really love that one. It's one of the most beautiful tracks on the album. Kind of shows how he just kind of dealt with that stuff and how he just remembered it, and it's glad that his dad chose like him in his life over like the drugs, over cocaine. I'm gonna skip to Bubble Boat with J. Cole. I love that one. This one kind of like outstood me because it showed just how good and how enthralling Royce was at storytelling. That's one of like the most captivating things about this album. Just like how I was excited, just like wanting to to keep hearing like his stories and like what he's gonna like talk about and say next. I don't know, like the way he like rhymed it with like the punchlines and like the beat. Like, he's just very smooth over the Bubble Boat beat. He's talking about kind of a lot of it is how like things he would do growing up like with his brother. He would like go to like like I think he mentioned like kind of one of those like rundown fairs that's not like ran like very safely or nicely. I might be thinking of something else, but I don't know. It's kind of just growing up with his brother, like experiences he had. And then he brought in J. Cole, which is like really good. And J. Cole kind of talked about similar things. He kind of like growing up, with like kind of like when he was younger, those type of things. I don't remember that J. Cole verse too well, but J. Cole's really good. Him and Royce are surprisingly really well together. He does good in the beat. It's definitely a J. Cole type beat, I'd say. That's really good. Like the intro is funny too, where he's pretending to be like a radio host saying that he's on Smooth FM. That was a really great intro. Next song, Legendary. This is one of my favorites, definitely. I think I'm gonna spoil like the my favorite list. I'm pretty sure that's on it because really good beat. I love the chorus. Where it's like no type of feeling. Then like I'm handing down like a bad one or rejecting some. I don't remember the exact wording. Sorry for that, but has a great. I love the message. He's saying like I don't have to be with every type of woman. Like for like validation or to like like I don't need like women to to be legendary and have like a legendary status. Great message. Like I said, like I really love like the chorus and like the beat. Like that's actually like make you legendary. Like in the beginning, that sounds really nice. The next track, Summer Unlocked with Pusha T, Jadakiss, and I can't see, Fabulous. I think there's someone else. It doesn't. I can't see the whole feature. I'm looking at the album track list like on my phone. Doesn't show like all the the features. That one's good. I love the chorus with Pusha T. I'm glad Pusha T was featured on this album, by the way. I know him and Royce have collaborated before. That's great. I like Royce's verse. Jadakiss had a nice verse. It was just a nice hype track too. It just like that like retro legendary. Great segue and a flow in. Really like the sound of that. Amazing is the next one. That one was really good. That again shows just how like how like kind of like him telling more simpler things about growing up. He can just make it just sound like interesting and enthralling over like a nice beat. I know the I love the chorus. Melaine Rutherford. Sorry, I probably messed up the last name. She really does good on the chorus. He's talking about the chorus is part of the chorus is more of like the bridge into the chorus. I don't know my musical terms that well. He's talking about like everywhere when he used to bounce that ball, because in the beginning, in the first verse, he's talking about how he was in like this store that he used to go when he was younger, and he had like his basketball, and he was bouncing like the store owner like took it away from him, and it was just about him kind of like returning to like his city, or his town rather, and just being like like hey like I'm back, and he was. A lot of like the message is like like you don't have to have like you don't have to be like me, you don't have to be like famous and have like the fancy cars like to be amazing. It was just just about like him kind of going back to his roots, showing love to like his town, about like how amazing it is, how amazing the people around him are. Great song. I'm gonna skip on to Power, which is a very powerful song. It's about like some of the more dark and kind of like scary experiences. He's growing up like with his dad, because his dad, I guess, used to be kind of like abusive. The story, it's part. There's like a couple of different things about like he in like the song he like smacked his mom. Um, he like he like hit his brother Greg, Royce's brother Greg, obviously his father's son. Just kind of how like they kind of had like a bad abusive relationship. It's just like a song where you just kind of like you don't like think anything, like you just like listening to like song, you just want to like what's gonna happen next. It's a dark song, but like it's just like it's a beautiful song in a way, if that makes sense. It's just it's powerful. It's just a very hence the name of the song, Power. I guess that kind of makes sense. It's a very powerful and hard hitting song. I bet it can like hit home to like people who had similar situations. I guess the song ends in his dad getting like arrested, like for like hitting his brother, like really hard is what he said in the song. That song, it's deep. It's really deep, and it's like I said, it's a song where like you just kind of sit there, you just kind of just like you don't like react like physically. You just want to like think about it, just like thinking about how much like power it has, and just like how deep is that. That's probably like the deepest song in the album. Then he goes to I'm talking about the skit, Protecting Ryan. It's about how when experience like with his brother with his brother when he was younger. His brother, I don't remember the skit exactly, but I'm pretty sure there was some people about to beat up Royce, but like I think his brother attacked the people who were gonna beat him up with like a knife, I believe. I'm sorry if I probably sound so stupid if I'm wrong. I probably should have given all these albums like a listen before I did this, but I waited to literally New Year's Eve to do it, and I wouldn't have time to listen to all albums and like record and get this uploaded. But that just kind of show how kind of his relationship like with his brother was like he states, he mentions his brother like a lot, kind of how much like he loves his brother, and how like I'm pretty sure like his brother his brother did go to prison. I don't know if he's still there. I think he still might be, because like, a couple lines he mentions not amazing. He goes some like like my brother went to jail so much I don't remember what he looks like. That might have been a different song. God, I sound ridiculous, but that skit was kind of deep. Like I said, just represents his relationship with his brother, which is this whole album is a lot about his relationships and who he is today. That's why he's like kind of now making this album. Then I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna go down to the final track on the album, which is more of like the bonus track, which is the Caterpillar remix with Logic. I'm gonna be honest, it's not good. Obviously, Roy still has his two verses, which are good, but Logic's verse just kind of ruins the song. Now, I like Logic. I'm a Logic fan, not a huge one. I like him a lot. I like a good bit of his material, but Logic just not too good in the song. Now, it's not a good way to close the album. Now, granted, it is a bonus track rather, but on Spotify at least, this is the only version of the album is the bonus track. I guess disregarding that, the final track is First of the Month with T-Pain, and I don't know about a final track, that if that's good for like a final track. Honestly, that might have been like a bonus track too, because if you're acting as if First of the Month and Caterpillar remix are two bonus tracks, the last track is Stay Woke, and the first, which makes sense because the first actual song is Woke. So I'm gonna I'm sorry if this is wrong, but I'm gonna count it as if the actual final song is Stay Woke, which is a good song. Kind of reinforces closure to like the album about how you should stay woke, which he mentions about being woke in the first song. I don't know about album closures. It closed a little. I don't know. It could have closed better, but like the beginning, the middle, all very strong. So it kind of compensates. It doesn't make the ending that bad. So yeah, Book of Ryan, phenomenal album. I don't know why I took so long to get to it, but I did for some reason. If you have listened to this album, or any of these albums really, definitely go listen to all of them, especially this one, along with all the others. Book of Ryan by Royce, great, really, really good. I hope we drops a new song, or will probably drop a new song, at least a new project in 2019. But 2020, I think, fine with the waiting. He gave us this phenomenal album. You can take his time. So now we're going with Kamikaze by Eminem. This one, out of all them, this is the only surprise release of the year. This album dropped August 31st, 2018. This album, took the hip hop world by surprise. I'm gonna tell my story with this album. Funny enough, so it was August 30th. I was in my basement where I am now recording this video now, and I was recording the review for Yay. Ironically, I was finally trying to get around to do it. I messed up, and after a couple of takes, it was around 12, right? No, he dropped the album like a little bit after 12, I think like 10 or so minutes, something around that. So I'm recording the year review. It's not going so good, right? It's whatever. So like, I mess up on recording. I just like, you know what? I'm just gonna, take a quick break. Check Twitter, and I have notifications for Eminem's tweets on Twitter. So I get a notification, new tweet from Marshall Mathers. Oh, what is this? I tap on it, and there's a tweet where it says, "Try not to overthink this one. Enjoy." Where he's tweeting out the album, and it's just like the front cover and the back cover, and I'm like, I was just so confused at first, because it was like 12 a.m. on like a random August 31st. So I'm like, okay, what is this? I thought I see executive producers Slim Shady and Dr. Dre, and I'm like, is this like an album for like an artist that's on like Shady Records? I just didn't know, so I tapped on the link. Then I see Kamikaze dash Eminem. Then it has a thing where it's listening like, oh, listen on Spotify, listen on here. I'm like, wait a second. I check Spotify, go on this page, and then there's just a new album at like 12 in the morning. I was right near hyperventilating because I was just like, I got a whole new Eminem album. I just listened to like the whole thing. I didn't pay much attention to it because I was just like so confused. I was so many thoughts racing through my head. It was crazy. And like that next morning, since it was right around Labor Day, I went up north, with my family, and I just listened to it like 2 or 3 times like the way up, and I was just it wasn't great. Now, like I said, this album is a backlash to Revival, which I love Revival, but more Eminem music where he's angry, not gonna complain. Now he did kind of like let people know that there was going to be something coming, because in his Close-Up remix in January 2018, at the final line, he goes, "I'll be back, and when I am, I'll be at your throats like Chloroseptic," implying that he'll be back. And here he is, 2 albums in a year, because Revival came out in December 2017, Kamikaze came out August 2018. That's 2 albums in the span of a year. Not in the same year, but span of a year. This album, ooh, he is angry, and it is great. Okay, we're gonna start with the first track, "The Ringer." It's like a 6-minute song where he's just it's like five. It's almost 6 minutes, like 5 minutes 30 seconds. Where it's just like an intro track. He's just saying like, him saying like I'm back. I'm angry. I'm here for vengeance. He pretty much kind of setting the tone for that. I'm here, to like talk a lot on people who've been seeing a lot of, who've been having a lot of talk on me, talking, some stuff about like Charlemagne, like some mumble rap stuff. Obviously, his distaste for it. It's just 5 minutes of him just going like, there's no like hook. There's not many pauses. He's just like straight rapping pretty much for like 5 minutes straight, for like 5 minutes 30 seconds. I love this one. This is like a lot of people's favorite track on the album, which I do not blame them a single bit. It is great. I don't know what to say. It's just him just straight rapping, like a lot of good bars, already like quite a few shots. Then it transitions into Greatest, where I like the intro. Was like, people talking crazy, saying I should quit. And it's just 3 just like fast paced angry verses about like how, had him subtly boasting on the chorus. He's pretty much saying like greatest in the world. Not saying he is, but he feels like he is, which he's pretty much saying like, I think I'm the greatest rapper in the world, which is justified, no doubt. For him to think that. I love the chorus on that one, like the verses. They're like I said, they're fast and angry. It's just him just kind of like boasting like his rapping skill, and kind of like more of like his like his anger, pretty much. He's not too mad. He's kind of more just kind of like hype on this song. That's a great song. I mean, the message kind of speaks for itself if you listen to it. Then goes the Lucky Eagle, Joyner Lucas, which is the first rap feature on this one. Um, which I did not see. I before this, I knew who Joyner Lucas was. I've seen like his I'm Not Racist. I've heard a couple of songs here and there. I didn't think much of him. I never expected to see him on this album. This kind of took people by like surprise. Joyner has like the first verse. He's talking about how like I'll probably like never do Grammy, and he's saying like how like it's his turn to kind of like like shine, like get his turn to kind of like show how good of like a rapper he is, all that. Which is great because I deserve it. He seems very skilled, and like I like his I'm Not Racist song. It has like has like a nice video, great message, whatever. Um, yeah, he had a great like just like fast killer verse, and then transitions into Eminem verse, which is like the opposite of what Joyner says in at first, whereas like like I already have enough Grammys, I have enough fame, like I've done this for so long enough, Then he just goes in about like mumble like mumble rap, and how like how like our like all like a lot of like the littles, a lot of the new age artists have like what they're saying has little like to no substance, and how like he doesn't want to seem mad, but in fact he doesn't hate trap and all this stuff. He's just saying how like he just doesn't like the state of rap, which is understandable. I mean, can't really blame the new rappers too much because they're just having fun doing the music they like. But if someone's not gonna, I mean, I don't personally like it that much, but there are some good songs that I enjoy that come out from that scene sometimes. Like a lot of people like kind of they call kind of like a grumpy old man situation, which I mean, I guess semi justifiable. But I mean, if he doesn't like the state of rap, I feel like he has a right to say it. I don't like it too much, but I don't like I don't hate everything that comes out of it. That's a really good song that goes into the Paul skit, which is really funny. Then it goes into Normal. I'm not gonna go into much this one. It's one of his like relationship songs, which isn't like a bad thing. He has a lot of good ones. The beat switch on that one is like really nice. He has some funny lines like "Who the fuck's Milo?" The guy who drives a high low. That's just like a funny line. Then goes into the M calls Paul skit, which he hasn't done one of those since Encore, which honestly the one like I don't know which is more funny, like the one on Encore or this one, but it's like really funny. He's talking about like how he's gonna go like drive to some like guy's house in Michigan because he's talking smack about Revival. That was really funny. And then goes into Stepping Stone, which is probably the most deep song in the album, which is about D12 and just kind of like how like the group kind of fell apart after Proof died, which is a member of D12, and how he kind of feels bad for kind of like ignoring them. Kind of seems like as if he kind of used, the rest of D12 as a stepping stone for his own career to progress. He was kind of like apologizing if it seemed like that. Just like being like a star and just kind of like making it up. That's what he was doing definitely there, which is it's great. It's great for him to finally get clearance that D12 is over. As sad as it is, people definitely needed the clearance on it. Very deep emotional. I love the chorus. It kind of brings back kind of like a much more older M, in my opinion. Kind of like more like Eminem show type era with like the choruses. It's just more really heartfelt with the lyrics. I'm gonna wash away my sins, rinse it with the dirt. Forgot to make amends to all the friends I may have hurt. That one's great. That goes into Not Alike with Royce da 5'9" now. I love Royce's verse on this. Now, this kind of shares a similar beat from Black Boy GB's and Drake's Look Alive. That's like when I first heard that song, I kind of freaked out because I was like, "Oh, it's a beat from the Look Alive song." It was just crazy to hear like M using a Tay Keith beat, which is he produces for a lot of new age artists. It was kind of surprising to see, but it was, this song is one of the best. All right, Royce has a great verse. It's what the title is. He's being like kind of like, we are like not alike, all right, like we are not, like I'm not connected to you, like I'm completely separate. I'm like my own breed of rap, compared to my skill type thing. Royce has a great verse on this. Then it goes into Eminem's verse, where he I don't want to compare. Royce goes in, but and wasn't much harder mainly because of who he's talking about. Now this verse is aimed at Machine Gun Kelly, who was talking smack about Eminem, who said some things about his daughter that M didn't like. He just goes in, he talking about like next time you're gonna use Tech 9, if you want to come use a submachine gun, I'm talking to you. You already know who the fuck you are. You are Kelly, which is a great line because he's talking about like R. Kelly, like the R&B singer who's done some kind of like weird things with underage people, and he's talking about what Machine Gun Kelly said about Eminem's daughter. When at the time when he said that, Machine Gun Kelly in his 20s, Eminem's daughter was 16. So that's a yikes right there. All right. So he just goes in on him. The verse speaks for itself. Like he just he switches up like his rapping styles at different points. Really shows his skill and just like what he can do, especially when he's angry. And that launched the Rap Devil diss track from MGK, then the Killshot diss, which is probably like the second best diss this year next to Tori Vadion. Great diss, by the way. I'm not gonna get too much in that. Then that goes into Kamikaze, the title track, which is just like it's if you know what a kamikaze is, that's what it is. He's like, I'm a kamikaze crashing into everything, like just like talking all the stuff on kind of on like rappers, kind of like the rapping, kind of like just kind of like, I don't care what happens to me, I'll kill myself in the process if I have to take all the other rappers out, as like a great just like hype chorus, like I'm gonna crash and everything. And he's talking about like Fact 2017, probably his song Fact, and Fact 2017 as it kind of like, forget about 2017, like it had a revival, people didn't like it, whatever. I'm back on top now. And like the end where he just kind of like does like the little freestyle, but like, you got some views but you're still below and mine are higher, so when you compare views you get overlooked. People thought he was talking about Drake, which makes sense, but I guess he wasn't. Like the little freestyle at the end, that was woo, it's nice. So I'm it's like he was talking about like like something's lurking, something's afoot, get the measuring stick. He was just funny lines at the end. Then he goes into Fall, which is probably the most controversial song in the album, where this song is all disses pretty much. He talks about like Charlemagne, like the Grammys, like literally, what are they called? Like Tyler the Creator, all of them. He goes in like started like a lot of controversy. A lot of people were questioning it and be kind of like, some things he kind of implied about Tyler were kind of, yikes. But great song though. He addresses a lot of people and situations, which is nice. So props to that song. Nice Guy and Good Guy, I'm not gonna go into those. There's not really much to say about those. I'm just going on to the final track, Venom, which he originally just teased the Venom song like the day before Kamikaze dropped, and just dropped the album as like a whole. Venom is like a good song. It's for like the movie Venom. Has like a really catchy chorus, like the verses. Kind of got like a lot of hate. People kind of like to call it corny. I love it. That's whatever. So that was Kamikaze, a really good surprise album, and M did like a great job. I love it. So these two albums, as much as I love Eminem, it's going to Book of Ryan. Just like the way he just like story tells, and just like brings in like the great features, and like his energy, and just like his past, and just like the emotion he shows in it. It is great. I love it. Kamikaze, it was close. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty close. But Book of Ryan outshined. My favorite from each of those albums. Book of Ryan, Power, incredible storytelling, just deep message, amazing, and like another capable of great storytelling, has a great chorus, just a positive upbeat song. And then Caterpillar with M, and just shows him like his skill, like his anger, and how he can go toe to toe with like M. Least favorite, Caterpillar remix, because Logic just goes in about being biracial, which we kind of already know. And then First of the Month, which is I just don't vibe with that song too much. Kamikaze, my favorite. The Ringer, or my favorite, The Ringer, because just 5 minutes of just straight rapping, and just just like pure anger, and just not because of like the way he has like Royce in there, the way he just like the beat changes, like the flow changes, and it's just, and then kind of like has the title track, just mainly for like the high energy chorus, and then just like verses and just, it's fire. Least favorites are Normal and Nice Guy. Now I like Normal and Nice Guy. I got like a lot. It's just compared to the others, it just doesn't rank too much. All right, now last two contenders: Kids See Ghosts versus Book of Ryan. Now, before I get down to this, I want to mention some of my other favorite albums from this year. Not too many, but there's Ye by Kanye West. This album almost made it on, but there weren't like really like enough others to compare it to, and it would have been probably meaning by like all these albums. As much as I loved Ye, like Ghost Town, my favorite songs this year. Yikes too. Just Ghost Town and Yikes, those are amazing tracks. Queen by Nicki Minaj is pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, I only like about like a handful of tracks off that, but man, I don't know. Astro World by Travis Scott, that one had a good few songs, but they just weren't contenders to make on here. Oh yeah, Everything Is Corrupt by Ice Cube, surprisingly a good album. Ice Cube's always been kind of somewhat corny. I expected it sounded like to be bad. I checked it out and like I thoroughly enjoyed it, but nothing like groundbreaking, whatever. KOD by J. Cole, it was good. I enjoyed that. I gave it a few since I haven't gone back to it, but I really enjoyed my first few listens, like 1985, like like the last track on that one was like really nice, kind of like a message to kind of like mumble rap as like a whole. Love the mumble rappers. That one was nice. I did listen to other albums, but none kind of like blew me away or made me think like, oh, this is insane. But I'm not gonna go into. We have final two contenders right here. All right, not gonna go into depth too much about each one, but comparatively, they both kind of focus on like kind of like their past and kind of like themselves and like who they are today, and kind of like a bit of like their mental health, I suppose. I mean, Book of Ryan doesn't mention mental health like as specifically as Kids See Ghosts does, but it's I guess it's sort of implied to kind of like the psychological effects that a lot of the things he's gone through would have on him. So comparatively, the albums are both very different in terms of like production and like messages, but not like as much as production. Like production, Kids See Ghosts, it's more like experimental, if that makes sense. It's more just kind of like a little more soundful and just kind of just like melodic here and there. Whereas 5ix9ine, it's just kind of more just like rap beats, But Kids See Ghosts, it's not like straight up rap. I mean, it is a hip hop project, but it's kind of more, something more kind of like experimental type-ish. Because like I said, like Free Ghost Town Part 2, it's considered pretty much like a rock song, because they kind of have like the stuff for it. So production-wise, they're both very different, but like they imply a lot of like the same things. That they they're both like deep message. They're both deep albums to listen to. Now Kids See Ghosts, I might take like a little bit more deeper, like listening to get it. I mean it's Book of Ryan is kind of more easy to get, which isn't like a bad thing, because it can definitely attract more people, and there are deeper meanings, but there are kind of like surface level values that can just tie people in. Kids See Ghosts kind of takes like a bit of like listening to like the lyrics, but man, each one are great projects. It's gonna be really hard to choose between, but between these two albums, the rap album of the year, in my opinion. All right, ready, drum roll. Book of Ryan, Royce the 5. Oop, I just completely moved the format. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Book of Ryan by Royce the 5'9", rap album of the year in my opinion. Like I said, I didn't even listen to this album until like a few months ago, like a good few months after its release, but it deserves it every shape, way, or form. Just like I said, like I'm gonna like reiterate what I've already said about it, but just phenomenal storytelling. It's just deep. You can just it's just like it's like a storybook, hence it's called Book of Ryan, so that makes a lot of sense. It's just absolutely like beautiful to listen to. It has like it has like bangers, like emotional, just deep songs to think to. Something you can like relax or just kind of like get hyped to. Oh man, so it was a great year for hip hop, one of the best ever in my opinion, just from like the 5 Kanye produced albums that come out. And even though I'm not too keen on it, like the mumble rap, there are a lot of like I don't want to. I don't want to call it mumble rap to like discredit it. It doesn't discredit. It's just kind of what I consider. Like I know like a lot of people like that like the Playboy Cardi album Die Lit. I heard a lot of good stuff about it. Never listened to it. I'll give it a chance probably one of these days. But yeah, going back to Book of Ryan, man, 100% deserved. Royce da 5'9", one of the most underrated rap. I mean, he's well known. Like people know who he is, but I just think a lot of his material is underrated. I don't see a lot of people nominating this for like Grammys. I don't see any Grammy nominations for this, which is completely messed up in my opinion. Some deserves a lot more recognition. I hope people start recognizing it a lot more and realize how great and deep of an album it is. It's just, if you have listened to it, please. It is. Everyone should listen. Even if you're not like a huge hip hop fan, just listen to it. It's nice. Like Royce has really good material. Just judging from this, I really need to go back and listen to more albums by him. But man, like I said, I'm sorry for this whole thing. If I like ramble or said like a lot of like bad things, I'm not good at like reviewing and going through tracks. But I really hope you enjoyed Book of Ryan, Royce da 5'9" rap album of the year, in my opinion. I don't know what to say. I guess I'll just get better as I go along. But thank you all for watching. If you made this far, this is me, Kyle Music TV. See you next time, and goodbye.